Hi guys, have you ever wondered who is the strongest fighter in MLBB? Well, strap in because we're about to discuss them. So our category will be their early strength, mid and late, how easy they are to use, their damage, mobility, and durability. So we'll just go on to the ones who are actually good and can be considered one of the best. So let's go. Chou, of course, my favorite hero, has insane damage, insane mobility, durability is meh if you build him with pure damage. If mix, you suck. He is a bad fighter when you mix shit up. You don't combine offensive with defensive. I don't like it. Maybe you guys like it, but I don't like it. If you want to build him tank, just build him full tank. Don't mix shit up. It will suck. And yeah, it will suck. You can't change my opinion on it. And anyways, but the thing is, it's hard to use for a new average player. Even me, sometimes I have stats like this. So yeah, it just proves that he's hard to use. Even sometimes our idols like Insection, Braxy, Chou, Raichu, sometimes they have bad stats, and that's normal because Chou is a very hard fighter to use. Another one is Paquito, my second favorite hero. Same as Chou, just less crowd control, but he has good cooldown reduction for his skills, but still hard to use like Chou. So good but not the best. They can stay meta forever, but they're not the best fighters. So let's now move on to the hard hitting heroes, which I meant literally the one that hits hard with their normal hits. Let's start off with Argus, a very strong fighter. He's like a marksman with immortality, which is just amazing. That gives him a chance against marksman who uses Wind of Nature. But yeah, he is a monster at the late game, but in the early to mid, he's like a child with no defenses. He sucks at the early phases, but truly unstoppable at the late game and also easy to use. But early and mid, it's a very important part of the game because sometimes you could never. Sometimes late game don't happen because in the mid game, sometimes even in the early, you're just fucked, bro. So yeah, early to mid is a very important part. If you can survive those two phases, there's no point preparing for the late game because you're already fucked in the early to mid. I've seen matches that lasted for only like 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. The fastest I've gotten, no bullshit, no cap, I've gotten like 6 minutes. Our ass got clapped in 6 minutes, bro. That's sometimes a good early fighters are just madness. So let's move on to another hero, Badang. Badang. This guy, the rip-off version of Lapu Lapu, the blue version of Lapu Lapu, he has a combo and his normal hits is like Ip Man. Alright, Ip Man's chain punches, hard and fast. A strong set with his ult, he can survive the early to mid because of his first skill. He can just throw that shit. Of course, there's the CD reduction and the charges, but yeah, an absolute wrecker in the late game. But marksman exists. More specifically, Wind of Nature exists. Without crowd control, he's fucked by marksman. So now let's move on to actually a girl fighter this time. Another strong fighter. Durability is insane. Her damage is also good, even with tank build. I actually prefer the tank build rather than the full offensive build because she could survive more with the tank build. Her damage is good because of her ult with the tank build. So yeah, her mobility paired with her durability, with her insane durability, she's a good early to mid game fighter, a strong late game fighter as well, an almost perfect fighter, but there's better fighters. First, we have to do some honorable mentions. Like Sun, he's a very good fighter, early to mid, but marksman exists, Wind of Nature will blast his ass, so he's out of the question. Guinevere actually is, I've considered her being the queen of fighters, but her second is just too hard it's not too hard to land, but yeah, she's not in the category of easy to use, but she deserves a spot here. So yeah, Alpha, another durable fighter. His damage is pure damage, his damage is true damage, so a good counter for marksman, but dominant size will fuck him up. So again, sad days for everyone, especially Alpha. Alus, a very hard and fast hitting fighter, but his mobility sucks. He could just run fast, but yeah, it sucks. His durability also sucks. He's weak against crowd control, so yeah, he sucks at early to mid, but yeah, again, strong fighter in the late game. Alucard is another early to mid game hero warrior. He's just an absolute wrecker to early and mid, but late game he's just a mess. Marksman would just destroy him. Late game Chou would also destroy him. Late game Gushin. So yeah, not the best fighter, but he's also an option. He's also a good fighter. And fuck Bane and Zilong, please buff them. They actually need a buff. They both sucks. Zilong and Bane players are in agony right now, so please buff them. They deserve a buff. So please buff. Let's move on to the two fighters which I think are the king of fighters, Lyrat and Thamus. Thamus, let's start off with Thamus. Thamus's early is just a massacre because of his first skill. His first skill makes me want to blush. It's amazing for keeping your opponents at bay. An amazing skill. His mid to late game is just amazing. He's just a good fighter in early, mid, late. He's just an amazing fighter overall. He has good mobility, he has good damage, good counter for marksman because of his true damage. Durability is just insane paired with this vengeance, blade armor. You've got a dominator right there. Good lifesteal, it's just madness. Go use Thamus right now. Click the video out, go use Thamus. Just stop the video right here, just go use Thamus. Yeah, Thamus. But this is the fighter that I truly believe that is the true king of fighters. Lyrat. I was originally going to put him as the true king of fighters, but yeah, many people are debating that Thamus is the true king of fighters, which I could see, but yeah, I think Lyrat is a way better fighter than Thamus. It's just his early is just madness. If Thamus's first skill makes me wanna blush, Lyrat's second skill made me felt first love. It's just an amazing skill, bro, for destroying enemies in the early game, even in the mid and late game, bro. It's just an amazing skill. His second skill is just a dominator, and in the late game he could literally one-shot anyone, even tanks, bro. If he's fully built offensively, he could one-shot anyone, and I meant anyone. Well, not Masha because, you know, well, not truly anyone, but yeah, he would take a good chunk out of them. It would be like clapping someone's cheek with a metal glove or some shit. He's just a good insane damage dealer. He has also good mobility, again insane damage as well. But it's up to you guys to decide who do you think the best fighter is between Thamus or Lyrat. Or maybe I didn't mention a fighter that you guys think is the true king of fighters or queen of fighters. I don't know, just comment it down below. I would definitely read them and definitely try them for myself. But as of right now, I truly believe that Lyrat is the best fighter to use with this category, with the early, the mid, the late, easy to use. He's just a full package right now. He's truly the best fighter in my opinion. And yeah, but still it depends on how you play them. Remember that we just discussed who is the best fighter with no experience, or basically easy to use for a new average player, and will solo carry a game. But anyways, that's all for me, and bye bye.